Pat, and we have got a little bit of everything, Clark's and Rika's and Ms. Moo's, and you name it, we've got it jam-packed in that show. So we are looking at this amazingly beautiful white tree that is flocked. This is the only one in their collection, in Bethlehem Lights. We have learned over the years, this is a professional decorating company. This is a company that previous to them coming to QVC, and they still do it now, they were called upon and they decorated big main streets and cities and in parks. And you know, these are the kinds of trees that we used to admire and think, oh my, I would love that when you go into that department store. Well, now you can, because we have that same professional quality. I'm telling you, it's so worth investing in anything from Bethlehem Lights. Rachel, you guys don't disappoint. The lights are put on here. You can't even see the strings, all because of the manufacturing. And if I am right on this, we need to pick clear or multi, but in the 5 foot, we can pick multi, and then we have the clear in the 5 foot.
Yes.
And then we have the multi only in the 6.5 and the multi only in the 7.5, which is going to be higher priced if you don't pick them up before the end of the day today. That's why we gave you our Best Easy Pay plan, and welcome for those of you who might be shopping with us for the very first time. All right, Rachel, these are beautiful. I don't even need decorations on this tree.
These are so gorgeous. I love these trees, and I love being able to present them. And thank you for that wonderful introduction about Bethlehem Lights, because really that is such a great story, and that is really just how they got their start here at QVC. And so we bring in typically one flocked tree a year. The one that we brought in for this year actually is a green tree, and this is one that we brought in last year, so we're showing you just a little bit left. But what's great about this tree is that it was white to start with, okay? We don't have another tree like that in our inventory. This tree has 7 color jewel tone multi. That is amazing, because typically what you see out there is a 5 color jewel tone. So there's 2 extra colors in there. There's a beautiful purpley fuchsia color, and there's also teal. So you're getting red, green, yellow, orange, blue, purple, and teal. All 7 colors in that multicolor.
They just glow.
They do. I think it looks like candy on the tree in the multi. It's so pretty. So many people have stopped since we turned these trees on to say, oh my gosh, these trees look so pretty. I'm typically someone who likes more clear, but in the multi it is outstanding.
We do have the clear, but in 5 foot only. So think about how this will work. Do you mind, again, and we'll remind you, 6 easy pays at $33.50 for the 5 foot. The 6.5 is $50 to get it home. The 7.5 is $66.66. The 9 foot totally sold out in this. And a shout out to Nicole, Lori, Nadine, and Erica, who are watching on Facebook. Thank you very much. You can watch us on QVC2 or my Facebook page on this. These trees also make one's life easy, so easy that you're willing to get a second tree, or maybe this is a tree you put in the bedroom. I would love this in my dining room. I
think it's great for a dining room too. It's so, you know what it is? I think it's so elegant and upscale is what it is. And that lends itself to the dining room. It isn't overwhelming. Right? So we are calling this a slim tree, but I want to mention it's not a pencil tree. It has really a nice diameter. In fact, on the 5 foot, the diameter is about 34 inches. On the 6.5 foot, which is this one here, the diameter on that is 38 inches. And then on the 7.5, you have a diameter of 42. Now they all also have tons of lights on them. On the 5 foot, it's 250 lights. On the 6.5 foot, it's 350 lights. And on the 7.5 foot, you're getting 500 lights. So lots of lights on there, just beautiful. This also has our instant power technology, which means that the power is in the pole. So it's one cord coming out. In fact, I'm going to lift the top off of this one and just show you how this works. Comes in 3 sections. Okay, so there's where your power is, okay? And there's a little notch. I'm going to turn it this way so you can see. There's a little notch. Can I jump in for a second, Rachel? The 7.5 foot is almost gone. I just wanted to make sure if you want the 7.5 foot, please make sure you dial in. So it just slides right in there, and then you see that the tree illuminates. So there's just one plug on the bottom, and then everything, the 3 pieces stack on top of each other. Now the 5 foot comes in 2 pieces. So it's instant power technology, but also the lights are PermaSnap. And PermaSnap is really interesting because it's something that other light companies don't do. And the reason that it came about is because Bethlehem Lights was working in malls. hotels, like you mentioned, cruise ships and that sort of thing, where there's young children and they might pop out a light and then it makes the strand go out. So they made it so that you need a tool that they actually give you so that the light does not pop out. The other thing that they do, Pat, with their lights that I love is they cover their lights. And when we come back, I'm going to actually show you, because I have one here to show you. They cover the lights when they go through the process of the of putting the flocking on. And so this is what it looks like. And it actually sits on top of the lights, and then they take all of these off. And what that does then is you can see that there's no flocking on any of the lights. The lights are clean, and it allows for just a brighter disbursement of the light. These are also incandescent lights. These are not LED
that's why
lights.
They glow so pretty.
And that's why the glow is so pretty. This is the light that we remember from our childhood. It brings us back. I mean, my mom always would buy the flocking spray and spray them on a real tree.
My mom did that too. I guess that was what you did years ago, because first of all, there wasn't an artificial tree that even came close to how beautiful they are today.
It's so true. And so I'm thinking I need to pick up one of these trees for my mom, because she keeps threatening to flock her Bethlehem Lights tree. And so I'm like, you can't do that. We have nice flocking trees. Don't buy the spray can. You can get this tree, and it's just beautiful.
Because it's professionally flocked. It's done right. It's really hard to do by yourself.
It really is.
It comes with the stand. You don't have to worry. There's only one plug, and it's just
one
a
plug
regular
goes right out to the wall, and that's it.
And it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, take a look at that. That's so pretty at that entranceway with the nutcracker. If you got the nutcrackers and the other really fabulously big ornaments that we had. But there's the stand. Watch how fast it is to put together, so you don't mind having a second tree.
Exactly. It's not difficult to put together. It has also the ready shape technology, so you're seeing how the branches fall into place. I mean, we are talking that you can set this tree up in 5 minutes or less. Nothing like what we're used to from back when you used to buy an artificial tree and they were color coordinated and had numbers on them, and you had to actually put each of the branches in. This takes no time at all. You know, as far as fluffing goes, I like to go around and just make sure that all the branches have fallen down into place.
You just zhuzh a little.
Yeah, and when you first put it together, you are going to have some flocking that's going to fall off. But as you can see here, I mean, there's very little flocking. As I brush on the tree, you can see it doesn't get all over me. There isn't flocking that's falling off like crazy. So it's so well done. It's such a beautiful tree, and all of those wonderful, really extra things that you get from Bethlehem Lights is what's important.
The clear 5 foot, very, very popular. The 5 foot, very manageable size, also comes in that multicolor bedroom trees, dining room trees. Maybe you want to get more than one and put them on either side of a fireplace. It depends on, you know, what kind of home you live. Maybe you downsized and you can't have something really large. And then, of course, we have the larger ones for you. If you want the 7.5 foot, that one is almost sold out. Fewer than a dozen, and then it's gone for the year. Maybe gone forever, I have the feeling. And then if you want the 6.5 foot, 2 dozen in that, and then these are completely gone. And the nice thing is you'll get it. I would open the box and put it up right away.
Yes.
But you can
That's
wait.
me too. You know, I actually have long needle trees in my home that are the green ones. They are, to me, the most lush and beautiful and the most realistic too. It's my favorite tree is having the ones that are the long needle pine. It reminds me too, with the flocking, of those bottle brush trees that were so popular back in the 50s.
Right.
Just
and they're
beautiful. Back. They are, and they are back in full force, right? And again, it's that nostalgia of having that, the beautiful warm glow from the incandescent lights, that flocking that we remember that now is done so much easier, that looks like freshly fallen snow. I mean, a couple of years ago, I was up in Lake Placid, and the snow on the trees looks just like this. It's outstanding. It's just it's breathtaking.
And it's not a slim tree. A lot of the flock trees, because I was looking for one last year, are penciled trees, which are not bad. But this one has more girth to it, which is a good thing when you're a Christmas tree.
Yes.
And when you buy quality from Bethlehem Lights, and I would suggest, if you can, go to QVC.com and buy that storage bag. That way you don't have to keep the box. Buy the storage bags, keep everything together, and you'll get it out next year, and it'll be just as beautiful. and it'll be just as easy to put it together. And then that way you can build your collection. So I have, in our house we have one real tree. That's the one that falls over all the time. And then now we have a second tree.
I heard you saying that. I'm like, she's not talking about a Bethlehem Lights tree.
No, trust me, it's the real tree that I have a problem with.
Those stands are hard, yes.
Yeah, no, the problem is I get out there in the tree lot and I'm like, oh my God. One year, no lie, I went just a couple days before Christmas. I asked them to cut a 12-foot tree down because it was 50% off, so I had to. Yeah. But what I didn't realize, it was so heavy, I had it jammed in the doorway. Eventually I got it up. I did, but I had to put weights around the bottom of it.
That's
so
great.
this is a heck of a lot easier, and it's not meant